Good afternoon, Wilson.
Good afternoon, Alessandra. Good to see you in the Grove. I can see some background there look at this, looks this flow rider in the back. I see the bar, enjoying this nice view there.
Yes, I like to enjoy the views of the Grove. So this image here is, I have the surf simulator in the back. This is the
Mhm.
images of the long bar. Um, it is indeed a beautiful day outside, but I am not at the Grove.
Yeah, I was at the Grove, but I have some technical difficulties. I have to rush to my home here. I wish I could be there in my office, by window. But anyways, we have a lot of things to talk this afternoon, and I want to thank you very much for everybody that's joining us right now. We have some good turnout today, and we see more people to come.
Yeah, we bring a lot of news today for everybody. We are very excited. So we're going to talk a lot about Orlando, and we're going to talk also a little bit about the Grove and the terraces. So we have a lot of news for you now.
That's wonderful. That's gonna talk, and it's gonna be, let's try to get a conversation, Alessandra, because I'm the kind of person every time I watch a webinar, know if you feel the same. I like to be taught. I want people, like it's hard to interact with people on the webinar like that. I rather, just we can ask you questions, you ask me questions. Let's talk about what's going on. And of course, the main theme of our presentation of a webinar this afternoon is about income producing properties, the best investment opportunity in the current market, because that's what most not only our fellows real estate agents that we're going to talk about, but we are here. And during this webinar, now, of course, you that watching us will be learning what the experts are saying about Orlando real estate's rebound and where the majority of buyers are coming from. Also, how your clients can earn the long-term income and how finances work. It works for both domestic and international buyers. How you can earn top market commission in less than a week. That's a good one, Alessandra. I like that. And how your clients can buy and close on a condo with our virtual process, which is a brand new thing for all of us. That's a great thing, Alessandra.
It is. Okay, Wilson. So let me see here. We already have a lot of participants, and I think more people is going to be joining in as we go. But anyway, so all of you that would like to receive this information by email, we can send the information in the little sessions. We're going to talk about Orlando, and then the Grove, and then the terraces right after.
Wonderful,
So
wonderful.
let's keep it going, Wilson. Then.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's talk about what's important right now, right?
What the experts are saying about a real estate Orlando rebound.
Okay, that's always good news. If most of people who deal with Orlando know that Orlando is the most visited place on earth. And back in 2018, we still don't have 2019 numbers closed yet by the visit to Orlando. We had 75 million visitors, which is awesome. And from these visitors that we have last year, I would say people that are coming this year, 72% of Americans, they still plan to travel within the next 6 months when things get back to what we call the new normal. But the good news, Alessandra, is that 88% of the visitors to Orlando, they come from our own country, from the United States. And the best news ever, it's that 70% of these visitors that live in the United States, they drive to Orlando. So, which means that even if the airline industry takes some time to recover, Orlando will continue to see tourists. That's a fact right now. So that's great news we have.
That is indeed, Wilson. So let's talk about the Orlando theme parks. So I heard that all the parks are already open.
Pretty much, Alessandra. You see, Universal, Star City Walk is open, Legoland, Gatorland, SeaWorld opened last week. Disney's open. Disney Springs, which is the store part of Disney, is already open, and they have plans to open by July 11th. It's going to be open the first two parks on July 11th. So everything is, and also, I forgot about it. Orlando Eye, Madame Tussauds Museum, all these called, parallel attractions that already open as well, following the protocol by the Orange County task force. I like this word here. The Orange County Task Force is the entity, is a group of people that really overseeing that. So Orlando, Alessandra, has a quality of life. And most people who are familiar with South Florida, they know it's already a reality, the Virgin train that's right now working on South Florida and will come to Orlando on 2022. The construction never stopped. All the things are in place and makes Orlando really now exciting because we're gonna have our transportation, mass transportation, really on time. And talking about some information about the Forbes magazine on back in 2018, they said that Orlando is the fourth fast growing city in the United States. Alessandro, can you play this video because it's something that we need to share with our friends and here right here, the top American cities on the future and talk about Orlando. Play the video, please.
Okay, time for reality check. Time to toss aside what most people think Orlando has to offer. This is a great place to vacation. It's also an amazing place to live and a smart place to do business. Orlando is home to thinkers and innovators. After all, this is the region that took man to the moon. We have big-time dreamers and exceptional leaders who come together to accomplish great things for the community. Orlando's population is exploding. Our people are young, educated, experienced, hardworking, diverse, and talented. Sure, we believe in magic, but most of all, we believe in the power of imagination. We know how to get around because we believe in planning for the future, charting our own course, staying ahead of our explosive growth, connecting people and moving products. Our bold vision has gotten us this far. We think smarter and play harder. Welcome to the Orlando you only thought you knew.
Wow, Wilson, I'm very proud to live in Orlando. This video really
Dude, this is awesome. I love this video. It's really awesome. And it says everything. And the Orlando is on the rise. That's what the video says. And we can see from here.
and
We are the number one the country for job growth. Okay. And we have over 2,800 software engineers graduating in Orlando. We are the fourth fast growing US metro area. And we're number 3 for the best city to find new job. And we got the stats. The stats prove that. You see all the numbers, below. 500,000 college students within 100-mile radius. That's what Central Florida, Orlando is all about.
Yeah, that's very good. So let's talk about Orlando's economic driver. So Orange County Convention Center presents recovery and resilient plans to Orange County Economic Recovery Task Force. And we have some numbers here that are very interesting, Wilson. So 32 conventions are canceled. And we have there about $734 million, as economic impact for our city, Orlando. And at this point, we have only 20 rescheduled conventions at this point.
So that's something, Alessandra, because that's what's the driver for Orlando is the Orange County Convention Center, which brings all the events and parallel events. So the convention center is still working their plans. Most of them have been approved for the next events. And the good news is 20 events, like you said, has been rescheduled. They have not been canceled. So that brings money. You need to chase this money back here to Central Florida, to Orlando, which is going to generate a huge impact on our economy as well.
It is, and it's very impressive that Orange County Convention Center is the second nation's largest exhibition place. So in terms of space, it is a very, very, very large convention center.
It's humongous. It's huge. It's really amazing, the place over there. That's great.
Okay, so let's talk about real estate market. So let's brush it off that one too. So
that's a great thing, Alessandra. I love this, this slide here. I always got like about the Federal Housing Finance Agency. Talk about, the price index, you're talking about what is going on. And let's see talk about numbers. If you compare the fourth quarter of 2018 versus fourth quarter 2019, the Orlando metro area, which are the 3 counties you call Seminole, Orange, and Osceola counties, they had 10.1% over the previous year increase in property value. So that's really very exciting because if you compare to the national average, which is 5.1%, we almost double that number in terms of appreciation, which is great. It makes Orlando, number three in the US for most metropolitan statistics area because the MSA is over here. So that's always good news for the Orlando market because we are on the rise, like you said before. And that's wonderful information for everybody that plans to talk about real estate, invest real estate in the area. Okay.
Now, Florida is #1 moving destination in America.
I love the Miami Herald, news about the headlines. Move over, Texas. Florida is now #1 moving destination in America. So we just passed Texas, right? Your husband's from Texas, Alessandro. I'm sorry for him, but he lives in Florida. He's a proof of that. That's a great thing. So
yeah.
So we have talk about, to nowadays, especially, this millennial generation, I would say most of my children, they work out of the house already before the pandemic, and they realize that they can work anywhere, they can work for any company and be living anywhere. That's a great news of that. And what I like, is the one on the bottom, Listen, the news on the bottom, right? People are saying, get me out of here. Americans flee crowded cities and COVID-19, considering permanent moves. That's something that always bring good news for real estate in Florida.
Yeah, this is the new normal, we all are reinventing ourselves and we start working from home and doing everything like this webinar, now people are going to be, choosing different places to live and once they can work online. So that's incredible.
That's
So
awesome.
where the majority of the buyers are coming from?
Well, that's great. That's the information, Listen. But foreign buyers, they're looking into, some secure investment. If you go all the way to the left to the right, this is the process of the thinking process of the buyer. But you can see that most of the buyers, of course, they still come from Canada in terms of numbers. But if you, add all the South American, countries, they actually, not only the visitors, but the investors themselves, they're really a huge number. We're talking about over 40% are from South America, including Brazil, of course. And that's a great news on that because we are having, people that really like Orlando. They are people not only from the United States, but people from all over the world. They enjoy being here in Orlando, in Central Florida.
Absolutely. So let's get this insight into Orlando's future.
Alessandra, I really like, the Orlando Economic Partnership. They always been everything here in the Central Florida. Most cities, most metropolitan areas in the United States, we have the planning, division that. And the great news, I'm glad you highlighted that because that's my favorite part is the Orlando is projected to be the second fastest growing large metropolitan area in the United States moving toward 2030. I need to read in English, otherwise I triple my tongue on that because it's such a great information. It's really awesome. And the industry employment should grow 19% in Orlando by 2030, a full 10 percentage points, faster than United States average. What are you talking about? Long-term growth. 10 years, you say, 10 years is too short. No, we're talking about continued improvement of growth in the area. That's always also great news. And that's a great thing that I like to share with my friends here.
So now let's introduce a little bit of this amazing income producing property. That's the perfect investment in the current market.
Okay.
Let's talk about the Grove.
Okay, listen, let's watch this beautiful video we have here from the Grove. Let's watch them.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's amazing, right?
amazing. You know, that's we had had the best of both worlds. Like say the top of the video there.
Wilson, tell me where is the Grove?
Okay, Alyssa, so you understand Orlando is the most visited place on earth, and we talk in real estate. There are three important things. I like to repeat that because these three important things: for number one, location; number two, location; and number three is location as well. So we are just, you know, neighboring Walt Disney World. That's a great thing. We have in the perfect position for the Walt Disney World, and also we have access to all the other attractions as well. So we are really, really well located here.
Yeah, just like the video shows the Disney transportation. So we are so close from Disney that we even got the Disney transportation to come pick up our guests, our resort. That's amazing.
And easy access to the airport as well, Alessandra. In Orlando, we have major highways to do that.
So let's tell everybody how you can earn a top market 10% commission on a new deal within 4 or 6 weeks or less.
Okay, listen, let's talk about it. You know, actually, when the announcer say less than a week, you know, like, I have some good news for you. We are ready. We are built. So if you have a cash buyer, he wants to close it tomorrow, we can pay your commission in less than a week. That's how it works. You know, Alessandra and I already had some clients who actually did that. And that's the structure of the grove. You know, we see, you know, we have three towers. Now most of our sales are coming from tower two. We have more units to sell in the tower two. Has been finished building last year. So we ready, you know, for you to, you know, you bring your buyers, your clients, you ready to move on. We talk about 4 to 6 weeks about if you would buy decides to finance, but let's talk about this later, okay?
Okay, so we say that Grove is the best investment opportunity. And like Wilson mentioned, so the condos come fully furnished. We have 2 and 3 bedrooms, and they come, equipped, decorated with everything the vacation homeowner will need. And the best, Wilson, is that this is included at the Grove price.
That was the rubber meets the road, Alessandro. We are so different from the other developers. Not saying that we are better. Yes, we are. But just saying, we offer something much better to our buyers because they don't have to worry about budgeting for furniture package, electronics, you know, anything like that. Everything's already included when he purchases here at the Grove, which is he or she purchases the Grove, which is, you know, always great news. Music to their buyers' ears as well.
And being a owner at the Grove has its advantages.
Of
Because
course.
owner expenses are very, very easy to measure with this property. So at the Grove, we're going to have 5 different floor plans for your buyer to choose from. Each one of them will have a different monthly HOA. But the best part here is that inside of this HOA is highlighted in yellow. That includes all the utilities. And that's a very, very big plus. Besides the HOA, you're gonna have a property tax plus CDD combined will be around 2% of the property value. And of course, you're gonna have homeowner insurance. All right,
All
so
right.
let's talk about how your clients can earn a long-term income. So like we say, the Grove is an income producing property. The management company, which is Paramount, offer 2 rental programs that provides maximum efficiency, cost-effective services, and consistent revenue. I am going to talk about here, Wilson, about the fixed income rental program that we call leaseback.
That's a
This
great
program
thing.
is incredible. Will give you a fixed income all the way into December 31st, 2011. That's what the buyers are looking for securities. Besides that, the Grove already built, come fully furnished. The furniture is included in the price. We have a very, very easy to measure cost of ownership costs. And on top of all of that, we offer this year, 2020, and plus 2021, your potential client or your potential buyer will be in a fixed income. So securities on top of securities with this property.
That's awesome news, Alessandra. I'm very excited about that.
It is. Now, at the Grove Resort and Water Park, we have finance options for both, for domestic and international buyers. So we have partnered with Florida International Funding, a mortgage company that will provide for you and your client the most recent update in lending programs that are current available for the Grove now. You know, and this is really important, Wilson, because as we are dealing, with the COVID and all of that, the information is changing weekly, and
Amazing.
also in the lending too, so this is really important that we have this company to provide you every itty bitty of information that you're going to need and to follow up with your client all the way into closing.
It's good to notice something. I was talking to a client this morning from Colombia, from one of the agents that referred to us, of course, and she was surprised that you could finance it for people that does not live in the United States. She was surprised with that. Yes, we can as well. That's a great thing.
Yeah, it is. So now, Wilson, tell me how your clients can buy and close on a condo at the Grove Resort and Water Park with the virtual tour process.
Okay, our virtual process is great because we've done this a lot, and you just need to contact one of us, Alessandro, myself, and we're gonna meet you as an agent with your buyer, or if your buyer is abroad, we make a video call with the buyer, everything, so we can make a tour at one site, or we have some videos of virtual tours inside the units as well. We're gonna see what's available, and we're gonna see what's available, what's the price range, everything. We're gonna send, make sure that the prospective buyer buys, pick a unit. We'll send all the paperwork electronically. We'll give it information for wire transfer. If it is finances involved, the financial process can be, remote as well. And the closing, it's in person or online. That depends on the lender that approves that or not. And the good thing is the all the process can be done remotely. I have sold properties, Alessandro, you too, for people that never came here to see the property before they actually close on the property, and they start receiving the monthly income right away, which is great thing, because that's what most of the buyers here they grow. They want to make sure they once they close, they weren't going to receive my first monthly revenue. Yes, right away. Next month's already in their bank account. That's always good news for the buyer himself or herself.
Indeed, it is. So, Wilson, now let's talk about this other project that we have within the Grove. That's
Okay, Alessandra. Terraces. What is it, Terry? Is it built, Alessandra? What's that? What does it?
Oh, it is not, Wilson. This is a new construction, and this building here that is right in front of the picture. So this building is not there today, but we're going to break grounds by the end of this year.
Okay, but the one in the back is the Grove, right? That's built.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
built.
okay. Just make sure, clarify that to the people who are watching us.
Yeah, but Wilson, we have a lot of investors that like to purchase something in the beginning. So they're the maximum equity growth, with the cash invested. So let's talk a little bit more about the terraces.
Okay.
So the terraces is pretty much like the Grove as well. So the client's gonna have the best of both worlds, all the luxury part of the resort. So let's watch this video, Wilson.
Okay, let's do it. Alessandra, that's great thing. Look at this, resort designer for you. That's awesome. You see, everything's designed, everything was planned.
Yeah, so at the terraces, we're going to have independent check-in and independent parking. And this is going to be a totally non-compete property for the Grove, because what we offer here is what the management right now indicated for us that we are so much in need. And let's talk about that, Wilson. So we offer 2 floor plans with the terraces. That is a 1 bedroom and a studio. And
Yeah, that's great. That's
yeah,
great thing. And
and this property also is going to be the best investment opportunity, just like the Grove is going to come fully furnished, decorated, and equipped with everything the vacation homeowner will need. Now let's look at this photo here to the left, Wilson. So this photo here, it is the photo of 1 bedroom. And you see that you have a kitchenette there and a sofa bed.
microwave, everything. Look at this. Yeah.
And you have like the dual, little stove with the glass top.
Mhm.
It's going to be very, very good, addition for the Grove properties.
So it
Now,
does not compete with the Grove Rally Center. It doesn't compete at all. The floor plans are completely different. That's a great thing. And besides that, yeah, and besides that, the people that stay at the terraces, they'll be able to enjoy the amenities at the Grove, the water park, the lake, the pools, the spa, everything.
right away, and look at this, Wilson, to the right here. We have this photo on the top. That photo is from the studio.
Oh, that's
You can
beautiful.
see
Look at it.
this
So big, for a studio.
looks very spacious, and you also have the little sofa bed in the end. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm. Look at this. Yeah, we can see there in the
At the beginning
just
of
side by the bed. You can see the sofa bed as well. That's great. So we can accommodate at least 4 people there. 2 adults, 2 children can accommodate very well over there.
absolutely. And so this is hotel-like rooms, so that's why they're not going to compete with the Grove properties. So this is going to be a great addition, and like you say, the guests, the day that we give the key to the owner, the guests and the owners will already start using all the Grove amenities. So it's incredible. And of course, it's going to have the same advantages of owner expenses that are very easy to measure, just like the Grove.
Mm.
Look at this. So you're going to have here the HOA, the association fees, that includes all the utilities once again. So you're going to have the insurance and the property tax, just like the Grove. And this is also income producing property. So the owners, they will have the opportunity to stay at their residence while on vacation. And when they're not using their condo, they're going to have this opportunity to place in a rental program, Wilson, just like the Grove as well,
That's great thing, in Sunday. And they can stay, on vacation. They can stay long, in term. That's how you work. Even the Grove, the terrace to be the same thing. And that's also I would say Orlando today, that's what we have for the best to offer for people who wants to enjoy here the parks and also to have some quality of life in Orlando.
So Wilson, the terraces also will be an income producing property, just like the Grove. So the terraces also is going to be managed by Paramount, that will provide another type of a rental program for the owners. So this rental program is going to be an 100% commission. So the individual revenue is going to be 55% to the owner and 45% will be the management commission. In this commission, the management services is going to include guest departure cleaning, marketing campaigns, payment of the tour operator commissions. And you know that we work with the largest tour operators in the world. We work with Expedia, hotels, booking, and all of that is already taken care by the management company. And the most expensive part of being a owner is the replacement of linen, towels, and even the itty bitty things the management company will take care. So the dishes, glasses, cluttery, and much more.
That's great things. It's a lot. It's if you make the numbers, it's awesome because the owner doesn't have to worry about anything. So that's great news for the owner. So the managed company takes care of everything for the owner.
definitely, Wilson. This is a peace of mind for the buyer. You know, the owner at the Grove really has every aspects of the business is taken care by the management, and really well. We have a lot of positive testimony from our owners, and I would be more than happy to give you the link of the YouTube where all of this information are, and then you can have many types of a testimony to see how happy are our owners with this rental program.
That's a great thing. So we can share that later in a later time with the people there.
And then just like you say, Wilson, the owners will be happy, and right away they're going to be using the management program, and the day of closing, the very next day, they're going to have tons of amenities to use, which are all the amenities that are inside of the Grove Resort Orlando property.
That's great. That's awesome.
Now, Wilson, tell us, what do we need in order to make a reservation?
Oh, that's one of the most simple process. If you have somebody, any buyer who likes pre-construction, who believes in buying before it's built, we already have proven that we build, like the Grove is already built. So we just need just $10,000 to make a reservation, just so we can take it off the market, put it pending, and by October 1st, we'll need your buyer to put a deposit of 40%. So it'd be the initial part, 40%. And, that's when we start, the process. We already have the groundbreaking scheduled for October. We have estimated the construction finished by June 2022. That's when you'll be making the closing of the properties. So then that in June, they will be able to come with the 60%. Or if you won't buy it prefers, you can make, payments along the way. There's no financing for the terrace. Let's be clear on that, okay? So that's how just a cash transaction. And I'd like to share with you about this because, and how about the process of how it works. At the terraces, Alessandra, how much are you going to pay in commission at the terraces?
So we also offer a 10% commission, and we have here the commission schedule. So we're going to pay all commissions after November 15th. Just to correct what Wilson just said. So that's when we're planning to do our breaking ground. And we should have a big party.
Groundbreaking. Yeah.
Yes. So, and then we're going to be paying 75% out of the 10% commission. And then after this date, then we're going to be on the schedule every, the 30th of each month.
Just reminded us that most of our transactions came from agents, from real estate agents. We love our real estate agents who bring the buyers and want to make sure they're taken care, take care of. So that's how we have some process of making an advance commission, even when it's not closed yet. But some details are required. It's very simple, and we can walk you through. Can walk you through that, so you make sure you get paid for your effort, your work of helping your client to acquire here the terraces as well.
Absolutely. And then at the terraces, we also going to offer, the same virtual process as we have the video of the terraces. We can do all the virtual process, separating the unit. The potential buyer can do the deposit through wire transfer. Like Wilson said, for now, we only have a cash only option, but we can schedule the payment. So we have a process in order, with the client, so we can move to closing June 22. And just like the Grove property, the owners will be receiving the direct deposit around the 20th of each month.
That's great. Also, so it's also an income generating property.
So Wilson, tell us about who does all the construction about the Grove, and who is this company that we work for?
We work for BTI Partners. Our headquarters is in Fort Lauderdale, here in the state of Florida. And our company is an award-winning developer. We have over 7 years of experience in the market, over $3.5 billion in real estate transactions, and the numbers speak for themselves. We are not a little bitty company. We're a good-sized company. We're private-owned. but we have delivered. We have different projects all over the state. And if you want more details, just go to our website, btipartners.com. You'll be able to get more information about the strength we have and who we are actually. So that's who we are.
Okay, Wilson, and I want to thank you for participating with me in this journey of today. I also would like to invite all the agents that have been watching this meeting with us today to participate with us. So we have been hosting every Sunday, a Sunday brunch at 11:30. And I always put the updates at my personal Facebook and at the Instagram about the Orlando updates, because as the things are moving so fast, so we need to have all this information in handy.
Wonderful, Listen. Can we have time for a few questions? Just, if you have some questions, I think it's good to clarify that. I think I have more than one question about this. It's about, can somebody live at the Grove? What's the maximum stay somebody can stay at the Grove? If for an owner, him or herself.
So like I mentioned, we have two rental programs. One of the rental programs are really flexible, and the owners can use their condo as much as they like. We don't have any restrictions against owners' usage with the rental program. Of course, if you are on the fixed income, which is the lease back, we will allow the owners to use their condo for 14 days out of a year. And of course, we'll have a block out dates, which is all the high peak seasons, spring break, summer break, and winter break.
Okay. So do we have any lease back at terraces, Alessandra? Are we going to have any lease back at terraces?
Oh, that's a great question. No, we don't. And the terraces, we believe that the terraces is such a neat product today, as a diversion for the guests of the resort. So I believe that myself, okay, this is a personal opinion. So I believe that when we open the terraces, which will be in January 2022, the Grove then will be 5 years old. I believe that we're going to have a great occupancy. I would imagine the numbers will be around 80% annual occupancy with that property. Because if you think about, Wilson, we have at the Grove today 878 condos, and we have the demand for that. So that's why we have so many condos. And the past weekend, we were 100% occupancy. It was so beautiful to see, such a regular weekend in Orlando, and we were 100%. And Disney, which is the closest park from us, is not even yet open. So it was amazing. So yeah. This is my personal opinion, that we're going to open the terraces already with a very, very good occupancy.
And Alessandra, I cannot predict the future, but we can watch the trends. Okay, we live here in Central Florida, and I've lived in Central since 1999, and I've seen the trend. This thing has been growing. It has a lot of room to grow, and there's a lot of stuff. So I believe the terraces, it's already a success. You'll be able to have a lot of, people coming in and people who want to invest at the terraces. And as I mentioned at the beginning, we have, open, it's built at the Grove, ready to close. It's all there. We have two income generating properties. One is already built. It's wants to be, be built. It's going to be closing on June 2022. Okay, guys,
Okay, so we have a little bit more questions here, Wilson.
Okay.
Do you guys have a material for the agents? So
we do it. Just contact us, and Alison put our contact over there. You can contact us when you receive it. We have a broker's kit. It's we have branded and unbranded material. Right now at the brokers, we have in 4 different languages, and you'll be able to market anywhere you want. We have the Chinese, Mandarin, we have Portuguese, have Spanish, and we have English. So we have in English as well. That's good.
So let me tell what I'm gonna do, Wilson. As soon that our meeting is over, our marketing department, which is the biggest part that that we have at the Grove, we have an amazing marketing team. They have for us a broker's kit that has all the information about the Grove, unbranded videos and everything that you're going to need in order to market the Grove and the terraces. So I am going to send for you, all of this information in one compile email with my information and Wilson's information, and then you're going to have access of all of this information. Now,
Perfect.
let's see, we only have another question here.
Yeah, asking for floor plans, everything's over there, It's asking for a phone number. I'm gonna put, in the chat here. People are asking that. Right, put in the slide over there, a phone number. Yeah.
That I really like it. So one person is asking, how can I get the buyers? That's the hardest part. Now, let me tell you, Wilson, during this COVID, that we work a lot from home and, doing the new normal, right? Our marketing department has been so amazing, and marketing through Facebook. And we receive a lot of leads from Facebook. And I think the leads, I even was commenting with you the other day, how great are the Facebook leads,
Yeah.
I think Facebook, I think it's a little bit more, about our age, the people who really are doing well in life. And that's why it's so much easier to connect through there. And Eliana, that's our broker liaison, she always say you should have a professional Facebook page, where you can advertise and you can do all, much more. So I think that's a great way to prospect. Don't you agree?
I agree, strongly agree with you. And we, as just mentioned, we deal with a lot of prospects and people are interested that came through Facebook leads. I was talking to somebody from Illinois this morning. That was a Facebook lead that came. We interacting. At least he sounds very interested right now in acquiring a property in Florida.
And now here, someone asking another question that I think it's very interesting. Which one is the best area target market in terms of profession? I want to share something with you guys. I think we live in a city that has a lot of investors. By my personal experience working at the Grove since 2017, I had one cash buyer that one morning just walked in. And what happened? They sold a home, back in New Jersey, and they bought it with me that very same day. It was like amazing. And they did a cash purchase. But since the Grove is 1031 eligible, so there's a perfect property for 1031 exchange. So I really recommend that you can advertise the Grove properties, both of our properties, for your already, the people who purchase a residential property with you here. They are very, very good target. First, because you already earned their trust. And the majority of the people who move outside of the state to Orlando, they have a vacation home back, vacation homes back home, such as, a beach place or a mountain place or even a farm-like. And if they choose to elect the Grove, as the properties, then you can offer the 1031 exchange. And if you'd like to have more information regarding this, Wilson and I also can provide you information about the 1031 exchange.
That's great.
And the other thing that I would like to piggyback in the same very question is the Miami market. We have a lot of investors from Miami as well, the people who just live and hustle in Miami, like doctors, lawyers, and they love to own a property here because, like everybody else, they come very constantly to Orlando with their families. So to have a property like the Grove, that has full kitchen, wash and dryer, is a paradise. And imagine when they're not using, it's generating income. So they love it, So there you go.
That's wonderful. Thanks, Alessandra. That's great things here. Any more questions we got here? Same information about 1031, people. Okay, we understand that, all right? What else? Yeah, we stay here.
I have one here that I think it's very awesome too. Are there any restrictions for owners on how often they can stay at their condo? So like I mentioned, we have two rental programs. If the owner are using the regular rental program, which is the flexible program we have, the owners can stay at the unit as much as they like. We don't have any restrictions against owners stay. Of course, the more they use, the more it's going to impact their income, you know, but it's a big, big advantage to have this property. Wilson and I, we have a few buyers, right, Wilson, that have stayed with us for 9 months. We have one owner that stays with us about 8 months out of the year. We have a lot of Canadians that stays with us for 3 months.
Yeah.
We have one owner from United Kingdom that stays with us for 6 months. So it all depends of the owner, you know.
That depends on the owner. I have owners that keep their condo closed. You know, they can afford, so they want to use it as his convenience. You know, we have everything here, Sadie Grove. So, you know, financially doesn't make much sense to me, but for him it doesn't matter. So it's a matter of depend. It depends on the owner how he wants to use his property or your property.
Okay, so I have one person here that would like to receive this 1031 exchange.
Okay, Mari Perez. Okay, I'll put her email here. Kill. Okay, we send that. Yeah.
I would like to do it also, you know, if more people are interested, you know, we could host a meeting, a very informal meeting. We partner with the two companies at the Grove that does the 1031 for us, and we can bring one of these companies to talk for you. And if you'd like to be, you know, interested in doing that, we did a little one last week, right, Wilson?
Yes.
It was successful. We have a lot of fun with Atlas. That's the company that we invite to talk for us, you know, and we can do that if you guys would be interested, you know.
Okay, so it's fantastic. Let's do this. You know, if you're interested in that, we can do that. Yes, great. Great idea.
So
All
I
right.
will send in the invitation. Let's do it next week. What about
Let's do it. Yeah. And
Thursdays?
next week we can plan something with the other company and we'll be able to do a presentation, focus on 1031 exchange, how it works.
Let's aim for next Thursday, okay? So I'm gonna send the invitation through the Grove CRM like I did last time, and I'm gonna invite everyone that's is in contact with me in WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is a very great way for us to be in contact. I am going to put here my information. You know, I work together with Wilson. We are partners. Doesn't matter if you contact Wilson, if you contact me, you know.
We're not jealous. No, we work together. This is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, put her. All right, we're gonna put my number too, so I'll be able to. Yeah, WhatsApp. We need to put the +1 in front in the before the number, and pretty much we can connect to WhatsApp as well. So that's a great thing. Melissa is typing her information. I'm gonna type mine as well. Both email address and here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys can contact us to receive this information. And yes, we do have unbranded materials in Portuguese, in Spanish, Mandarin, and, you know, sometimes even we can do a little bit in French, you know.
Yeah, we have some French buyers. We can do that. Yeah,
a little bit
French-speaking buyers.
Yeah. So let's do that, Wilson. Then next week, yeah, right? We don't have a lot of material at the Grove in French, but we do have a little bit. And you know what? Google Translate does the best for us. And translating Portuguese and French.
Much easier. It works better than English to French. Yeah.
Really well. And from Portuguese to Spanish is what I've been doing. And I learned a lot of Spanish in this last years that I worked for the Grove. And the English, I'm still working on it.
That's wonderful. We are both right, Alessandra.
Guys, thank you so much for participating today in this webinar with Wilson and I. Our big thanks goes to our marketing team who provide these beautiful materials of the Grove for us. They are in a high speed, you know, giving us updates every week about Orlando. So today we brought just a little for you. but no kidding, we have every week, like what, 10 to 15 pages regarding the
New stuff, and always new stuff. You know, our marketing team is working like crazy just to make sure we can share with our agents and their buyers as well the good news about Orlando's rebound, which is the best news that we can share with them right now.
Yes, and as the life is going so fast, you know, and news are changing every week, we also have the
Oh,
landing.
there's a question here, Alessandra. There's a question right here. When do you expect to open the Grove? The Grove is never closed. It's open. All right, just good news for you. Some people didn't know that. I'm sorry. We kind of, you know, thought that you knew about it, but we never closed during the whole crisis. We kept our doors open, and we have, even with Walt Disney World closed, shut down, we still were receiving guests. So anytime you want to visit us, stay with us, just, you know, let us know.
Yes, absolutely. And of course, you know, like every other company, you know, regarding the tourism industry, we suffer a lot in the month of March and the month of April. You know, we have low occupancy during this time, but we did take care so well, the owners of the Grove that is part of this regular rental program. We did a lot of actions, you know, to assist them during this time. And of course, in like every other company, we did a lot of maintenance during this time, painting and all of that, you know, since the towers were like pretty much empty. But now we are up and running normally. And like I say, you know, last weekend we are like full house with 100% occupancy. And we are super happy to be back to the new normal, right? With the mask and everything.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right, I think, yeah, okay, yes, we open. Yeah, that's great thing. You see, stay now. Astrid say that you stay there with us for one night, you know, during this time that people think we were closed and we open. She stay with us. That's wonderful. All
Yeah.
right, guys, thank you very much for participating. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the Grove pretty soon, and bring your buyers, bring your clients. Let's help them to take a piece of this pie that's going to generate income, that because that's what most of the investors, buyers are looking for, especially nowadays.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And have a good afternoon, everybody.